Coming up on the Otago Opportunity, we're talking to Jayde Kruskopf about her beauty business, eyebrows, nails, and everything in between. This is the Otago Opportunity, a limited series look at the future of our province. I'm your host, Pauline Moore, and in this series, we're taking the policies of the Opportunity Party and moving them out of the Wellington think tank and into our own backyard here in Dunedin. Each week, we'll hear from local business owners, students, and families about how a tax reset or a citizens' assembly would actually impact their daily lives. It's not about the politics, it's about the future of the place we call home. Welcome to the Otago Opportunity. Kia ora and welcome to the Otago Opportunity. Joining me today is Dave Bainbridge-Zafar, the Opportunity candidate for Dunedin. Welcome, Dave.
Kia ora.
And our guest, Jayde Kruskopf from Beauty
Hello.
by Jayde. Hi, Jayde. How are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
Now, I believe you are an award-winning beauty therapist and nail technician now. Tell me about this recently received award you've got.
Yes, so I just won a category in the New Zealand nail competition. So I won the natural poster category, which was a teddy bear picnic theme for this year. And then I placed second in the poster art for this theme as well. So I was pretty stoked. I went into it with the intention to just have fun and see what happened, and just have lots of fun with it with no intention of placing or anything. And yeah, it was a really nice surprise. So I was super stoked with the results.
And you're in the ODT as well. So yeah, that's is that good for business? People see your face?
Yeah, definitely. I've had heaps of inquiries since, just from lots of different avenues, which is amazing. So no, it's been really cool. It was definitely a pinch me moment to see me in the paper. It was a bit surreal, but yeah, just super grateful for the ODT doing that as well. So shout out to them.
So your business, tell me how it started. When did you take a leap of faith and start it up, or did you build it up slowly?
It's kind of been like a progressive thing, to be honest. Like, even back when I first started studying back in 2019, I was doing treatments from home on friends and family and just sort of getting my name out there. But I properly took the leap into the business direction. It was 3 years ago now, and as of next month, I'll be hitting my 3-year anniversary, which is amazing. But yeah, I knew I wanted to do it from a young age, but the most important thing was going out into the industry and getting experience first, and yeah, just making sure that I was building up a clientele and getting my name out there as much as possible beforehand. So yeah, I had to be patient, and yeah, then I decided, okay, this is something I need to do. And yeah, it was scary, but I went out there and did it, and it's all paid off, which is nice.
So this is something you've wanted to do from when you were quite young? You've been pretty much had a one-track mind about that, or?
Yeah, like probably my second year of high school, I started sort of really playing around with nail art. I got gifted some nail polish by a family friend, and I remember when she gifted it to me, I was so stoked, and she took me into her room and she had this drawer organizer just full of nail polishes, all color coded. And I was like, oh, I want to be like this lady so bad. Like, this is so cool. And I started growing my collection, and I started to get books and watched YouTube tutorials on nail art and stuff. And I just, every weekend, like, I would live for the weekends. I would sit out there from like 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. In my parents' garage and just paint and practice. And I absolutely sucked at the start. Like, to be honest, it was terrible. I look back on photos now and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. But practice makes progress, you know. No one was born an artist overnight. So yeah, it just all kind of started from that moment, which was amazing. And yeah, then I got work experience actually at H&J Smith back when they were around, and just to kind of see if like beauty and cosmetics was also something I wanted to sort of go in that sort of direction with, and I loved it. And they actually offered me a job out of it. So I was only 15 and I had this epic cool job in cosmetics. Like, I'd go to school during the week and then get all glammed up on the weekends and go to work, and it was so fun, and just the people I worked with were amazing. And then, yeah, that kind of gave me the confidence I needed to be like, okay, this is definitely something I want to pursue. And then I left school in year 12 and I went and studied beauty therapy at Otago Polytech. So I did my 2 years there. Absolutely loved it and gained a massive passion for lashes, brows, massages, skin, like all that sort of stuff under that umbrella. We only lightly touched on nails. We didn't go super in depth with it, so there was still a lot of stuff I wanted to cover in that area. So started doing some research and I found a really comprehensive online course that took me about 2 years to get qualified in, which was super cool. We did like online lessons, we had portfolio submissions, we had online exams. The content was amazing. It was so thorough and gave me the confidence I needed. And yeah, sort of in that time, I worked in various salons in town as well, just sort of getting a feel for what I didn't like. So then when I did go out on my own, I knew what services to offer. And then, yeah, that basically all led me to where I am now, which is cool.
So how did you know how to actually set up a business? Did you have someone to help you or some sort of mentor, or did you just figure it out as you went along?
So the course that I did online, the nail technology course, they had a business course specifically for people in the beauty industry. So it had everything from, what a business is, the different types of businesses, how to set up a website, branding, business cards, like all those little things. And it probably took me another year and a half of study actually in that course. It was amazing. So it really helped me tick everything off. I also am super lucky. I've got people in my family who have owned businesses before and are really good with the numbers side of things, because numbers are not my strong suit at all. So they were really good with helping with the number crunching side of things. And I think that combined gave me the confidence I needed to go out and start up my own business. So I'm very lucky in that respect that I had that support.
And whereabouts is your salon? Where do you do your treatments from?
So I have a home-based salon in Abbotsford, in Dunedin. So it's, I don't know, home-based salons, I think people are really liking supporting local. Like, I do have a lot of people that see me in like the Mosgiel, Fairfield, Green Island sort of area. Going into town nowadays, like parking, the price of parking has gone up heaps. Actually finding a park is hard. So trying to get to an appointment on time in town nowadays is quite a struggle. And I think it makes it stressful for clients because they have to leave home so early, find the park, pay for it, get to the appointment. Whereas home-based, some of my clients live on my street and they just walk to my front door. They walk down the road, a few houses. So it works out really well for people. And I have girls on late nights come in their PJs, the Ugg boots, like sweatpants, like it's, and I don't care, like it's a judgment-free environment. So home-based, it's really nice. And it's nice to work from home too.
Because it's quite a competitive industry, I would have thought. So you're seeing that as a real advantage, yeah.
Yeah, and I would actually say like my competition nowadays is not the salons in town. Like my competition is home-based. Like out my way, there's probably 5 or 6 home-based beauty therapists now and nail techs. But I find, and we're so lucky, it's not, I wouldn't say we're competition, like we support each other. So some of these girls that own these businesses might specialize in different treatments. So, if one of my clients needs what they're offering, I'll be like, okay, she lives literally 2 minutes around the road, here you go. And they'll also sort of give me clients in return for my services, which is nice.
It's a nice supported way to work.
Yeah. No, it's really nice. Yeah.
And who are your clients then? What sort of people are there? Is it quite a diverse mix? Do you have any men who are your clients?
No, I don't service males from home. Just because I'm home on my own all day, like it was something I was just a bit more comfortable with. So it's just females. And I have quite a diverse clientele. Like I've got clients as young as like in high school to like retired clients. I've got students that will literally catch the bus to Green Island and walk from Green Island to Pittsford to get to me. Like, and I have some clients who travel from Christchurch. I've got some that come like all the way down the peninsula. I've got some that come from Milton. Like people will travel if they want to get services done by you. So yeah, I have quite a broad range of clients.
People will be having to book in well ahead by the sounds of it.
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely not, it's not common to call me on the day and get in, that's for sure. My clients know they need to book in advance, and it's crazy, but even probably from March onwards this year, I've had girls starting to book in their Christmas appointments, or some of them are booked until Christmas. I know, wow. It's pretty wild, but they know that I book out. And I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, from next month onwards, I will be telling everyone, right, get those appointments in for the rest of the year.
And so how do you manage that? How do you manage all the admin side of it, the bookings, I guess your payments and then your tax and all of that kind of stuff? How do you manage all that admin side of the business?
It's definitely tricky because I think with a beauty business, people just presume you do the treatments and that's that. But there's so much more behind the scenes. Like I'm my own marketing person, like I'm my own receptionist, I'm my own cleaner. Like there's so much to balance in with that. I'm pretty proactive, but I'm also really strict. Like I only deal with that stuff in work time. I try not to do it on the weekends or late nights and stuff. So I normally come in an hour early from when I have clients, and I'll sit down and I'll, reply to all my messages and do all of that stuff. I've got gaps throughout the day where I might have a last minute cancellation. That's where I sort of slot that stuff in. But I just find ways of slotting it in, whether or not that's coming in half an hour early in the mornings just to get it done. And I'm pretty good. Like there's not a lot of invoicing to do. Like my clients, they are expected to pay while they're here. Then I don't have the admin of chasing them up for payments and stuff. Bookings are all managed on an online booking system. So people can just go on, select the treatment they want, pick the day and time they want. There's also a wait list available if they can't find the daytime that works. So those kind of processes kind of take out a lot of the time that it would take for me to manually be messaging people and trying to slot them in and stuff. I've kind of just been a bit smart with that stuff to try and reduce my admin time as much as I possibly can.
And do you have compliance things you need to do, health and safety things, regulations, or how does that work with beauty treatments?
Yeah, there is quite a lot involved. Like I've got a organization for the registered beauty professionals that you can go under. So under that is like all your insurances and stuff. It's so important in business, and this is what I actually got covered in my business course, is having your insurance, like your professional indemnity and like all your liability and all that kind of stuff. Like it's so important to have that. And within that organization as well, there's heaps of support. So if you ever need help with anything, or you're having something that's happening with a client and you're unsure what to do in that circumstance, you just reach out to the association and they help you through it, which is really cool. Yeah.
You mentioned about you're the marketing person as well. So what's your main way of marketing? Is that online or social media, or how?
So I do all my marketing through Facebook, Instagram. So lucky nowadays that we can use these platforms for free and we save on advertising costs, which is quite good. And the algorithm kind of places you in front of your ideal clients as well. Like I've only ever had to run a paid Facebook ad once. Like the rest of my marketing and how I reach all my clients is just literally through the algorithm. I do sometimes post in community Facebook pages as well. I find they're quite good. Like Mums of Dunedin, or there's 100% Dunedin businesses, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how I do all my marketing. At the start, when I first opened, I printed flyers and I put them all in the local businesses sort of around me. So down in Green Island, like the takeaway shops and dairies and the physio, like those kind of things, just to get my name out there. And also when I started up, I got my business cards printed as magnets, and I did a magnet drop around my suburb. So I just put magnets in people's letterboxes because I was like, people are more inclined to put something on their fridge and then see it when they need it, or someone's over for coffee and they see it. But if you get a business card, it's probably just going to go straight in the bin. So that
smart.
Yes, it was such a good idea at the start. But I'm so lucky now I don't have to do that much marketing because the word of mouth kind of does the job for me now, which is really good. But occasionally, yeah, I'll jump in those Facebook groups and just do a wee advert.
You're such a Dunedin success story, I think, from winning these awards this week. But I think the great thing is that you knew what you wanted to do at a young age and just went ahead and did it. And I think a lot of young people, especially that kind of 16, 17, 18, they don't know what they want to do. Do you have any advice for young people who maybe have a passion, like you had a passion with painting nails and stuff, but aren't sure how to grow it, how to do something with it? What advice would you have for those kind of young people?
I would just say, like, don't listen to what anyone else says, because when you're going after and I had this in the early days, there's always the people that are like, you can't make a career out of this, like people won't pay money for this kind of thing. And I could have listened to them, but I'm someone who likes to prove people wrong. And I was like, I really am passionate about this, and this is what I want to do. Like, I'm going to put all my blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I would say, yeah, if people are passionate about something, but they're sort of scared to take that leap, like, just trust in yourself. Like, you enjoy doing it for a reason, right? Like, just keep doing it, keep growing, make a social media page, start posting. Like, you will start getting the followers you need, and it's just going to keep growing. I just think, yeah, just keep doing it. Try to shut out the outside noise and just, yeah, give it everything you've got. And yeah, hopefully the rewards will pay off from there.
Did you have a backup plan? Was there something your parents wanted you to do instead, or people were telling you, don't do that, do this? What was plan B?
I didn't have a plan B, if I'm being honest. It was the only journey I saw in sight. I was like, my goal is to have my own business. I was like, I'm gonna get there. My parents were really supportive. Like, I can't fault them at all. Like, I remember going to them in year 11 and I was like, I don't want to go back to school next year. Like, I know what I want to do. And they're like, Jayde, we do think it's smart you get your level 2s, but then after then you can leave and you can do whatever you want. They didn't care as long as I left school and was doing something and just not bumming around home doing nothing. So they were like, you just do what you need to do. So no, they were really supportive, which is nice. I'm very lucky. I've got very supportive people in my corner. So yeah.
And you've got your 3rd birthday coming up, you said, for your business. What does the next 3 years look like? What's the future of Beauty by Jayde?
Well, I don't want to say too much, but I am working on some exciting stuff that I have wanted to do for a while now. I think my goal was to get my business to full-time and be booked and busy, which I've reached now. So now I feel like I can fully focus on this next journey. All I will say is it's going to make my business and my branding available to people nationwide and potentially globally, which is quite exciting. But that's all I'm going to kind of say on it, because I don't want to share too much yet, but it's in the works. So kind of just expanding in where I can, but also I feel like as a beauty professional, like the industry is evolving and changing so much, and I never want to be a beauty therapist that sort of is just a bit stale, like just, doesn't keep up with the time. So I'm always looking at ways of upskilling and stuff. So I've definitely got some more upskilling courses and stuff on the list that I want to start ticking off to, keep up with the trends and be able to deliver the best as possible to my clients.
Well, that's funny, because actually I was just going to ask you, how do you keep up to date with the latest trends and products and things? So yeah, you've kind of answered that.
Yeah, but I also think like because there's a lot of change and new treatments in the beauty industry, and I typically wait until people are like, oh, would you think about doing this? Because I don't want to offer something if there's no interest for it, right? Like, so I normally wait until people are like, oh, I've seen like like, this is one thing I will talk about because I don't mind sharing this, but I do lash lifting, for example. And there's a new service out at the moment called Korean lash lifting, which is like better for more flatter, more stubborn lashes. So, you know, I have had clients come in and they're like, oh, you're going to start offer Korean lash lifting. And then I started seeing it all over my social media. So that was something I was like, okay, this is on the list. So yeah, and my suppliers are very good at sending through, you know, what treatments are they're finding are popular in salon, and they recommend that you should also, you know, enroll in the training and start offering it to your clients as well.
Cool. So a big part of your brand is you know, your clients want to come to see you, but the other big part of your brand is your name, right? You chose your business name of Beauty by Jayde. How did you choose that name? Did you have other names to choose from? Did you have a few options, or was it always that's what it's going to be called?
So at the start it was called, this is back when I first had my Instagram page and I was just mucking around in my parents' garage. It was called Nail It. But when I was looking at registering as a business and registering my name, Nail It, Nailed It, anything along those lines has already been taken, of course. And I wanted something that was kind of directed to me, because right now I still kind of stand by this, whether or not this is what the future holds. I do definitely like working on my own. I like that people know they're coming to see Jayde, they're not coming to see someone else. So I was like, I think Beauty by Jayde's simple, it's memorable, it's easy for people to remember, and they know that they're seeing Jayde. So that's kind of how I came up with it. I did really love Nail It, but I was like, once again, that's only directed to, I feel like it confines me in this bubble of nails. Like, if I want to expand into other beauty industries, I just feel like it's kind of outgrown that name. So yeah, I kind of settled on Beauty by Jayde, and then I don't know, I just saw it. I was like, okay, pink, and you know, this is what I want everything to look like, with pops of like black and white and some like greenery and plants, and it all kind of just grew from there.
You're obviously a very creative person by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I'm a big dreamer. I think there's a lot that goes up on here in my brain sometimes that I've got to get out.
Obviously, you got a first place and a second place at the New Zealand Nail competition recently. Any other competitions you might be entering soon? Are there other awards you could be up for winning?
Potentially. So they've got another competition coming up in October. It's a Halloween themed one, which I think will be really fun. So I probably will give it a go. I never want to like regret things or like have FOMO because I didn't do it. Like, you know, I just want to do it and have fun. So definitely I will be giving that a go. And yeah, there's also like various sort of brow and lash competitions that happen. I've never actually entered a brow or lash competition, which I think this year / next year I will look at doing, just to push myself in other areas as well, because the competitions are really rewarding.
What about the current sort of cost of living pressures? Have they impacted your business a little, or not really?
Interesting question, because I do get that a lot. A lot of people ask me that. I personally haven't noticed a huge difference. Like, it's definitely been in the back of my mind all the time. Like, what if people can't afford this anymore? You know, like, I'm relying on people's disposable income. Like, it's definitely a fear. But I don't know what it is. I'm just always so busy. Like, I'm so lucky. And like, if I think back to pre-COVID times, to when I worked for other salons, I was actually quieter then than what I am now post-COVID times. I don't know if COVID's kind of taught people, look, self-care is actually really important. It's really important to take that time out for yourself and, you know, book in once a month and get that treatment done. Like, I think a lot of my clients, they do prioritize that self-care. So yeah, I'm extremely lucky. Like, it's amazing. It does baffle me, because I'm like, I know I am based off of people's disposable income, but people just want to keep supporting me, and it's so nice. And yeah, I love my clients so much.
Yeah. It's you're talking about your clients. You've obviously got a strong client base, which must be built on a lot of trust, and building up that trust with clients, because you're in quite a vulnerable position really when you go for beauty treatments, aren't you? So what do you think, you know, leads to that trust that you have with your clients? What?
That's another good question. I think this is the main feedback I hear, right, when people come to me. They've been to other salons in the past and then they come across me and they book in. You know, before they book in and come to me in salon, they have to fill in a consultation form. Like, that is a non-negotiable in my eyes. There's a lot of salons around, they don't do consultation forms. So I like to do that straight off the get-go to get a vibe, you know, what medical conditions they have, if they have allergies to things, etc. Like, it's important to know all that knowledge before product gets put on their skin or on their nails. So I think that from the get-go builds a lot of trust with people, because they're like, okay, she wants to make sure like these services are right for me. But also when they come, and I try to do a good job of consulting and stuff as well. If it is a new client for a service they haven't had before, I always explain to them what's happening as we go. I don't just slap product on, because I'm like, they've never had it done before. Like, for some people, especially if their eyes are closed and stuff are on their eyes, like it can be quite nerve-wracking. So I do kind of tell them, you know, what's happening, how long stuff's going to be on for, etc. And then at the end, I always run them through their home care, aftercare advice, you know, how to look after what we've done to maintain the best results possible. And I try to deliver as much knowledge around all the stuff as I can through social media too. So I think people, when they book, they look and they're like, okay, this girl knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. And they kind of get that trust. Yeah, I think that answers that question.
It definitely does. And I see on your Facebook page you offer a lot of things. You've got, I counted like 62 different options.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a bit. Yeah. And I was always someone, when I went into business, I was like, I don't want to offer this many services and they all be like subpar. Like, I'm good in one thing, but the rest of them are terrible. Like, all the services I do, I've tried my very best to find brands that are reputable, that, you know, give consistent results, that minimize as much sensitivity as possible and reactions. So yeah, I think that answers that as well.
Looking back now, what do you think would have made it easier in setting up your business? Is there anything you can think of that would have been quicker and easier to do, or other advice that you'd give for someone else?
The main thing I do sort of think of is back to school, right? Like, because obviously in school I knew I wanted to have my own business. So I took accounting. I was like, okay, maybe this could help. In all honesty, a lot of the stuff I touched in accounting, I don't actually use in my business. Like, that's what I pay my accountant for. I would have really loved, and maybe it's different now in schools, you know, it's been a while since I was in school, but I would have really liked a course that kind of sat down and went through, you know, what a business is, different types of business, like kind of like the course I did, but have it in school so people kind of leave with that knowledge of, okay, maybe in 5 years I want to set up my own business. I kind of know like roughly how to start, you know. I think it would just be really, I don't know, I think it would be a really cool subject to cover in school. As I say, I don't know if they offer that now, but I do think having that knowledge before I left school would have been helpful. I do also think, like, I don't know, just like some more like networking, like in-person business-related events. It doesn't even have to be just beauty professionals, like just anyone who's wanting to start up a business, like maybe having, because I'm someone who's a very like, reading stuff I don't really absorb that information. I've got to be in person and talking to people. So maybe having something in person where people can bounce ideas off of each other and help support each other as they start up their own businesses could also be quite a cool idea, maybe. Yeah.
Fantastic. Can you just tell us again, we're getting to the end now of our allotted time. Tell us again where you're based and how people can get hold of you.
Okay, so I'm based in Abbotsford, Dunedin. You can reach me on Instagram or Facebook. It's Beauty by Jayde, and it's Jayde. You can email me at info@beautybyjayde.com. Or if you Google my name, my contact number will also pop up and you can give me a text or a call.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jayde. really appreciate the time you spent with us, and we wish you all the best. It sounds like your business is going gangbusters, really.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dave. That's all from the Otago Opportunity today. Thanks for listening, and please join us next time.
By H.Cargo, Secretary at opportunity.org.nz.